Good morning, beautiful people. So, this morning I was sitting outside in my meditation and I was doing some Gregorian chants with the angels, and hallelujah kept coming through. And then I kept seeing roots, deep roots, and the term sacred roots came through for me, and it has been coming through for me for a while. And there's something that I need to share with you all today, and it has to do with sacred sexuality. The Rose Temple existed a long, long time ago, and in the Temple of the Rose, there were various initiates. These teachings are sacred. They have roots in ancient Egypt, going even further back to Lemuria and Atlantis. The secrets held within these initiates had to do with sacred roots. And when we think about the root system in the body, we tend to think of red, and we think of our root chakra, okay? Our root and then our sacral, those first two building blocks that come into being, kaboom, when the egg takes root in the sperm, right? And life starts to happen. So, in that very first instance of creation, the divine life force energy takes seed. Okay, it's seated in a specific sound, a specific syllable located in our root chakra. There's a lot of talk going on. There's a lot of talk going on about divine feminine, divine masculine. And so I just want to get real clear with everybody so there's no confusion. Every single one of you has divine masculine energy and divine feminine energy. It was seated within your DNA at the moment of conception. Bam! Think of a circle, okay? Think of a circle. It was rooted, okay? When I go out into the world now, I no longer see male, female, human. What I see and what I feel is energy. And that's what the temple has shown me in my initiations and my various degrees of, how would I say this? Opening doors and going through doors, okay? I see and feel energy. And so when I go out into the world and I have experiences, I no longer see a male or a female. I lock into and connect with the auric field, and I feel the energy. I feel it, right? And my honing device, my antennae, a lot of different things, but one of the major ones is my hair. And this is also part of the temple teachings. Hair is an antenna. It's a natural intuitive connection with the earth, right? So let me go back a little bit. There's a lot of talk going on. There's a lot of talk going on about divine masculine and divine feminine and twin flames. And okay, let's say I am in this meat casing, and this meat casing is a female body this go around. Oh, it's been a wild ride. And so there are a lot of people out there talking about things that they really don't know about. But the idea is, I want you to focus. Let's focus and hone in. You have divine masculine and divine feminine energies within you. They are organs that Creator placed inside your brain. Okay? And so if we start with the root chakra is I belong. I am part of, I am rooted, I am connected to the earth, I'm connected to my community, I am connected first and foremost with myself and who I am. That's the base building block, sacred roots. And so the sacred root is also connected to our sexual organs. And as a survivor of familial sex trafficking and horrific sex crimes, I speak from experience. When I first started my healing journey, what I was shown, the Ascended Masters came through to me, Kuan Yin, Kali, Mary Magdalene, Jesus, Isis, Osiris. They all came to surround me and infuse me with teachings because of the purity of my heart. And the first thing that they showed me was sobriety and getting sober. And that was step one. And they told me, they said, Abigail, walking tall, child of God, this is the first step of your initiation. And I was taken through the temple. And they showed me that if one is committed to the path of being of service in the world, of being a spiritual leader, of leading from the heart, if one is committed and says, yes, I am committed to the path of the light, they have to give up the things that are killing their souls. And I was shown this. So each stage of initiation, right, it is, the Ascended Masters are like this, literally. And you go through various tests in your initiations, and the baseline starts with the root. And the root is toxins, addictions, drugs, alcohol, anything that disembodies an individual from spirit, from the divine, from a connection. And what they showed me and taught me is that one of the easiest ways to identify the validity of a spiritual teacher, of a spiritual leader, is to peel back some layers of the onion and say, do they practice what they preach? Because, okay, if I know that the gates of knowledge, the gates of healing are locked down to individuals who engage in pornography, who engage in intermarital affairs, who engage in deep intoxication for the purpose of disembodying oneself and disassociating from, let's say, trauma. If we know that the gates are locked to these individuals, and then we experience their personal life, we can say with certainty, this person does not have access to the divine. And then we can decide for ourselves, do I feel safe around a person who doesn't actually have access to the divine? The second thing that I was shown, when I was out on a vision quest out in the Valle Vidal in New Mexico. It's a wilderness area. And I dropped to my knees and I said, show me God, show me angels, show me universe. I was so desperate for healing. And they said to me, sobriety first. So I did that. I rose with the sun every day for 30 days to get sober. And the second thing that they showed me was celibacy. And not, there's this modern idea of celibacy rooted in patriarchy, which is, it has to do with gender roles. And it is the idea that there are only a few roles for women in the world. And that is the virgin, the saint, the mother, the whore. Okay? That's it? Huh. That's it? In the temple, the temple teachings of celibacy is the power of sacred sexuality. This is the root of healing. And it starts with disconnecting ourselves sexually from individuals. We cannot, whenever we engage in intercourse, whenever we have sex, if it's same sex, if it's heterosexual sex, whatever it is, when we are engaging the act of sex, we are literally like plugging in to the other person. It's like, here's my plug, and I'm gonna plug into you. Oh, give me your plug. You plug into me, and we're gonna create this electric current, and we're gonna exchange energy, right? We're gonna exchange this energy. Holy camole. Think about if your partner has experienced a whole childhood of sexual trauma and it's unhealed. What is going to happen when you engage in sex with them? Honeybee, you're going to take on energetically all that unhealed charge, all that unhealed energy, right? Because the body never forgets. Everything is stored in the DNA. We are computers, and it's a computer program. The program can be rewritten, but if we engage in sex and casual sex, and we're going out and we're having multiple partners, while in the meantime we still haven't healed our root chakra, which holds root in the sacral hold sexual trauma. So if I'm out engaging in alcohol and I'm getting drunk, I'm getting intoxicated, I'm opening up my pineal in my brain and my soul to be infiltrated first and foremost by dark spirits and entities, and secondly, I am disconnecting from the divine. When someone chooses to get intoxicated, to disassociate, and then to engage in intercourse and free sex and tantric sex and multiple partners and cuddle parties and all these things, they are disconnecting from the divine, and they're choosing a lower vibration. So what I was shown in the temple is the power of celibacy goes back to the rose and the petal. This is the baseline of healing sexual trauma, PTSD, narcissistic abuse, sexual violence, rape, incest, all these things, is because when I committed to the path of celibacy and I created a crystal cave in my house, I sure did, with over 500 pounds of crystals. I created my own monastery in my home, and I shut myself out from the world for a year, and I went into my cave and I worked with the ascended masters, and they were there with me every step of the way, showing me the power within me, within my root that was seated. It was seated in me the entire time. But because I was hypersexualized as a child, I was programmed with a distorted program of intimacy and casuality in sex. And so I got sober, I got silent, I got celibate, and using toning and my own voice and seed syllables and yogic practices, kundalini breathing, dance, meditation, nature, such a huge part. I was able to retune my instrument. So I'm just going to pause here. This is, I know I kind of, it's like 14 minutes, but there's a lot of talk going on. There's a lot of talk going on. Get your root healed. Cut out the things that are killing your soul. You want to be a spiritual leader? First, you got to connect with the divine. And guess what? Gates are closed if you're having casual sex. If you are disassociating using booze and drugs and ketamine. Bammo, bammo, bammo. Huh? I love y'all so much. Keep it real. Keep vibing high. Connect with me in the ethereal. Connect with me in the astral. Walking tall. So much love.